Welcome, jewelers. Welcome all to another episode of Thank God It's Today. Thank God it's today, T. Let's fucking go.
Sir.
TGIT. T, how you
Yes,
doing
sir.
today?
Man, doing good. Just, hitting more raffles. What's new?
Oh, yeah? How many you
Uh,
hit?
just one, man. Just one honk. That's okay. That's okay. General's got two honk and Germ got a honk. So we're cleaning up honk around here. I don't know what you're doing over here with the broadcasters. You got me on way too big.
Oh! Let's fucking go. All right. We'll fix shit on the fly here. Did I win any, T? That's what I was trying to load up here. Did I
You
win
didn't
any?
win, bro. No, you
Damn
did
it.
not get any.
We'll,
No,
we'll
no,
be
sir.
back. We'll be back. I've been grinding a little more due to the decrease in hunts here, bro. It's kind of crazy. I got things echoing all over the place. T's a little big. We'll fix that here in a second. But damn, so nice work. A little bit of honk.
Yes,
I
sir.
guess we'll kick things off just overall with the scope of since we won't talk about it too much today, amongst other things. A lot of alpha today we'll get to, boys and girls. But
Great day in the
T,
kingdom.
great day in the kingdom. There has been much less hunts activity, I've noticed, due to the Germ Curry Medium articles daily, or at least a few times a week he drops them, as much as he possibly can. And damn, it's kind of crazy because I've been seeing a lot of the same faces on those leaderboards each and every day. A little bit of FOMO every time I check it. I'm like, damn, dude, I really just didn't even try. Like, I've been doing some patrols here. I've been PvPing a lot in the back streets, the back alleys of Sundered Isles here. But yeah, dude, I need to get hunting. Some people, what I'm leading to here, T, is some people have been saying not a lot of rewards currently. And with what we heard today, we're going to get to a lot of cool stuff to come. But damn, dude, we lost T, but he'll be back. But damn, a lot of good chances, and we got T right back here. A lot of good chances at good rewards. T, what's your thoughts?
Man, yes, we finally got a little bit more after I did a little bit of complaining about how weak the alpha was in the last week's AMA. We got a good juicy bit of alpha today and a lot more about rewards. Not a ton of details yet, but still a little bit more, and we can maybe read through the tea leaves a little bit here together, and then also a little bit more about the structure. I'm excited, man. I mean, they really stressed on the rewards front. If you win on the dailies, they said 5x in like crypto USDC equivalent to whatever the entry fee is. Wasn't exactly clear, but 5x your investment is basically how it's framed.
Right.
Plus, then additional loot depending on what the tournament is, and that kind of thing. So I would speculate it's probably going to be a lot of things that we see in the rewards for duels. So stones, crystals, stamp pots, probably things of that nature. That you see in the dailies. And then they said also, obviously, if you win the dailies or you place high enough, you get the token to enter into the bigger tournaments, which we'll get into this a little bit more in a bit. But in those bigger tournaments, they really held back on any details on what the rewards will be, but they just kind of promised that they'll be larger than what those dailies were. So.
Yeah, no numbers really given other than that 5x figure, which again T said we're gonna get into here in some more detail. No, but I love the tiered structure, and I think this is where maybe my I guess I underestimated really the alpha they gave previously. And again, it's just alpha. They're giving bits and pieces because we're leading into the bigger piece, the final piece of the puzzle, when they finally drop it and we get our hands on it. But damn, bro, it's a lot better of a feeling to know, okay, you make it through the first tourney, even that second tourney. 5x is the minimum of the first initial tournament, bro. If you can make your way through that second tournament, what's the prize gonna be there? It could be a 10x. I mean, I don't know, bro. This is lucrative stuff, and we heard some numbers though in terms of player size. Bolon kind of leaked out there. I didn't hear it the first time I watched. I went back and re-listened to the first 15 minutes because I think that's where a lot of the action was packed in that alpha, in that AMA. Definitely rewatch it if you haven't already. And 16 players for the dailies initially.
Right.
Thoughts there. Start there. 16 players.
Well, so they kind of hinted on this. I saw it in Discord a couple days ago that yeah, the daily tournament's going to be smaller. They have said that it's going to be 2 a day, and they today said, depending on popularity, it could even be more than 2. It could be maybe 3 or 4. Or the other thing they said is, yeah, they're going to start at 16. So that would be 32 total, entrants for the day between the 2 different tournaments. But they said that they could raise the amount on the entrance up to maybe 32 total for each, or 64. They said it'll really depend on what kind of action there is, I guess, if you will. If there's a lot of people trying to play in them, they're going to try to accommodate that. But they also understand right now that there might not be a huge amount of demand for dailies, so they're expecting it to be on the smaller side, which seems reasonable, right?
Right on. I've been saying it for a while, though, T, and I think this is key, bro. Initially, yes, people are not going to know about it, which is good for us. Less players, bro, the easier opportunities it is to climb up there, theoretically, by the numbers. But as time goes on, if we post these gains that potentially might be made in Sundered Isles, right, on Metis, in DeFi Kingdoms, bro, that's, I think, the true catalyst where the players could come in. When they see the gains, when they see what's possible. I've said it for, honestly, years, because I've been waiting on something where this game just pushes something. And getting that Metis grant and those funds for the team to reward players, damn, it's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy.
Right. Well, and also, I mean, just thinking about it, so 5x, and then let's say that you get like a pack of greater stones. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're already then talking about that's probably 250 Joule or so equivalent if you were just go to dump it in the bazaar somewhere in that range. Just kind of, eyeballing it a little bit.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, I think that there's definitely going to be a chance for great rewards. And there was also, it was kind of an unrelated question about like adding in like a tweet button to the post hunt, pop up. But the question kind of sparked Dreamer and to go into some rant about like, please share, please create more content, like, this talk about the game, share it, because that's how eventually we'll reach a critical mass. So
exactly.
Kind of interesting, you're right though, but taking it back to your point, like if you're sharing this and people are seeing all the money that could be won, it's going to attract people, because that's ultimately, what people care most about is they're trying to make money, right?
Right on, brother. I mean, so somebody brought a point here in terms of crypto gaming. Now, and we've said it for a while, the game is fun, bro. The game is fun. The game is entertaining. Now, is it your typical, AAA game? Obviously not. It's an RPG, turn-based. However, the fact that you could earn, and people criticized Axie kind of in this same sentence when they said this, the fact that people played so much Axie when it was such a simple game shows exactly what like rewards can do, bro. They truly can bring in a lot of players, a big player base, who will just grind just because it's possibly rewarding. But it has that fun factor, and I've seen Axie gameplay, and maybe I'm biased because I love the lore of the classes, that RPG element. You got your knights, your warriors, your archers, just all that kind of lore behind it. But the gameplay is better in DeFi Kingdoms, straight from a combat standpoint. Their 3v3 versus our 3v3, I think it is a lot better, in my honest opinion, over in the DeFi Kingdoms here. But getting back on topic here, let's get back to the tourney structure, because I'm just fucking winding down a road here of bullish sentiment. We got Eat Denver coming up, Karate Combat coming up. If you are anyone going in Denver, Colorado, definitely hit the team up, because you can get some Karate Combat tickets potentially, join the team there. I don't know if that's for certain, but I believe that's what they might do for you if you tell them early enough. So meet the team there. They'll have some boost, dude. This could be big too, showing people patrols, just another great thing that the team's doing out on the town. And as well, T, you've said it before, we potentially could see the release of this around before, maybe a little after. Who knows? But I feel like it's gearing up for a potential ETH Denver release. What's your thoughts?
Again, man, just like looking at things that have happened in the past and just speculating. They dropped patrols, or at least they didn't. I guess let me say they didn't drop patrols, but they unveiled patrols at what was the big one that they just did that was over in Asia.
I don't even remember, honestly.
Doesn't matter. Well, whatever the event was, they like to do these announcements around events. We've seen it before. So it makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of eyes on these events, a lot of people that go to them. So why not unveil something new, try to create some extra hype? It's smart. So yeah, and they kind of said today that there's going to be more alpha that they're dropping very soon. But I would expect maybe in the week or two after, again, pure speculation on my part here. But I would expect in maybe 2 weeks after ETH Denver, we're probably looking at tournaments starting somewhere in that time frame, because they're not going to want to lose out on this momentum. They said today that they're close. I mean, there's just plenty of signs around this is happening soon, like in the next month, I would say pretty easily.
Right. I mean, Huber, I believe it was Huber. He said he's got a lot on his plate, and then I think Bolon or somebody else on the team put in comments, we all do. So, I mean, they're loaded
right.
with missions, with tasks currently to get this stuff out to us.
YGG, that's what it was.
YGG. That was a huge event, and it's paying dividends. I don't know if they already did it or if it's in the midst currently, but is it YGG or Wayfinders today that have the event with a bunch?
I think it was Wayfinders.
Wayfinders,
the Portugal one that they were talking about.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think it's Brazil, but
but that's what. Brazil. They were speaking Portuguese. Yes. My fault. Yeah.
No, you're good. I was on the same wavelength as you, bro. I got you. But yeah, I think they're doing that today. So just more eyes on it. They just did the Philippines one, I believe it was. So like just beautiful stuff. We're seeing the team here pushing the game in the right spots, I do think, into markets that potentially could result in more players. More players just creates a more fun game, a lot more dynamics. The economy starts bussing, and we'll see a lot of fun stuff hit there. I got to switch to the other screen so we could full screen our game. There might be a short trailer. So we'll watch that for a quick second. Patrols, baby. Oh, we left the trade webcam on. He is off this week. Maybe we'll be back next week. We do have a bout here. That's what I'm trying to show. So if you guys have some votes left, we just got the reset, so you should. Sunbear was kind enough to put some sponsorship on this bad boy. So get in there and get some votes. There's not many, so you can get yourself a nice bit of that pool, but you got to vote on the winner. This is not magic. This was just fun. I made O'Cool put a... Well, I didn't make him. I didn't know he was going to play. I think this is O'Cool. Yeah, Super Bowl. I told whoever accepts the match must do no priest, no seer. I want to do a quick... Okay. I technically said no archers. I did tell him no archers, but I meant...
Right.
I meant DPS only. What were you going to say?
I got a little bit of influence left over. I normally just burn it all during the AMA fights. I did okay today. It was fun. We had a jeweler, shout out Germ. Mm-hmm. He fought, lost twice to Juss. Just Crypto, he's tough. So shout out to Germ for being out there. Shout out to Juss for both of them for filling in. I split my vote. I did what I said last week. Germ was underdog on one, so I went Germ on that one. And then Juss was the underdog on the other. So, it just worked out perfectly. I won one, lost the other.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
That's exactly what I did. I went Juss first game, and I went Germ second game because I liked his team. I thought he could do it with those Warriors. He fought valiantly. Great stuff from Jeweler Germ, but Juss is a tough competitor as always. Took them both home in the absence of Winston.
There's some big verses today too, man. Big wins for them.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the follow, Desmond. Good looks. So super cool stuff going on in the kingdoms, baby. Get your votes in. We got about, how many more minutes do we got? 8 minutes. So we'll play that in the background while we talk more tournaments. We're leaving a lot of alpha on the board here, T.
Right. Right. Still a lot of things to get to.
A lot of good stuff. What's good, TuneFed? What's good, Worm? What's good, Juss? Good to see ya. The AMA champion today.
There he is.
There he is. So let's get straight into it then. Let's talk how, and I'm going to bring up the graphic. I forgot to save this, but I'll save it quickly and we'll show it because we need to show it. Bolon's artistic brilliance today.
Oh, you didn't make that? I thought you made that.
No, I didn't make that.
I was going to give you credit for sure.
But a slight turn, and I don't know if it's specific down to the round. If it is, more alpha our way. But we're going to show the tournament structure graphic here that, what's his nut, Bolon made here. Let's see. Let me grab this.
So while you're pulling that up, there's one thing that they said today, and it ties into this exactly. So I want to mention it because to me, it's the thing I want to know the most. And they gave us a little bit more today, but really nothing when it comes to details or anything. But they did say for these daily tournaments that currently they have 40 different restrictions or combinations. I don't know how you want to phrase that exactly, but 40 different combos that they're going to have as far as you have to have this type of team or you have to have this exact busy. They alluded to that before. And they said that the number could go up or down depending on kind of what the feedback is initially. I, for one, am kind of loving that idea that there's some, tournaments that some people can't enter just because they don't, they might only have 20 high-level heroes. Sorry, too bad. This one's for us grinders that have the 400 or 500 hero wallets and stuff. That to me, it plays into my wallet, so I like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what's brilliant here, T, and I'm recognizing, and maybe some longtime holders aren't, because there are there's always some people upset, and I even said, bro, I was like, damn, maybe this is underwhelming for a period of time after initially seeing some of the alpha that came out. But I knew there was more to come. But having more heroes is not bad at all, bro. You're going to have just that many more opportunities to potentially have the perfect team to be set up for these. And don't forget, people, if we have a time, let's say a little period, even 2-3 days before these tournaments, you could stamp out your heroes and have a team ready just solely based on that. Maybe you have a low level you're just kind of keeping there. You could level them up quickly. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, a lot of options, bro. I love the filters mentioned. Oh shit! How many did you say the number was? Did you get?
They said 40.
40.
That's what
40 different tourney presets.
Right.
And that's just on dailies. I think they did say when we go up, it'll be less specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So less specific is good, and probably higher level as well.
Right. Well, there's specifically a question around will all of these be all level 20? And they specifically said no. Definitely will be some level restrictions on things, and other type of restrictions. I'm sure they'll probably have some based around rarity. I would assume can't uncommon or common only or something of that nature. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I've held back a couple comments that, for one reason or another, I just can't throw in the pits, and I guess that brings me to another point. Not to jump around too much, but they've also alluded to. I don't think they said this in the AMA today, but this has been kind of Discord talk. That also there might be tournaments where you can't use dark summoned heroes, and that might be a pretty common thing too. Has kind of been alluded to.
Yes, and I scrambled in our Discord server because I remember when that was announced, to go and tell you guys that, damn, I'm fucked for those, bro. All my good ones that I made more recently are dark summon. The pit is godly, you know what I mean? So,
right.
And
they might have walked that back a little bit from what I've seen. I don't know, because I know that there's some pushback there, but I hope they at least have some tournaments in the dailies where there's no dark summon, because
yeah. For sure.
That they just should. I mean,
what do you feel about 1 and 1? 1 no restrictions as far as summoning goes, and 1 dark summoned daily.
Yeah, I mean that'll be the other thing is because they've said there's going to be 2 tournaments at least a day, different time slots, for different people around different places in the world. I guess the assumption is that they will have the same restrictions on both, but maybe they don't, and maybe again, if the rewards are good and you have the perfect team, it might be a situation where you're staying up late in the U.S. time to play in that Asia tournament or whatnot, because it's maybe a different, entry skill rule set.
Right on.
Right. Speculation. We don't know.
We don't know, bro, and that's what we're here to do. Again, I should have prefaced with this, but we don't know shit, bro. The alpha we were given, even this graphic that I got up on the screen here for you fine folks. Like, I don't know if this is the exact round amount, but let's dive into it. Why don't we? So at the top, of course, you got your dailies that we're talking about. 16 teams at the start. Little tidbit, I think you might have mentioned something around it, kind of like, but if we consistently fill this, the team may up them to 32 teams per daily. The team may put even more daily tournaments, just more frequency. So fill these bad boys up, bro. If you're available and they're low enough fee, I think we should just play, bro. Just have fun, bro. Have a chance at it. Fill these up, bro. Show the other people outside of our community that, damn, these people, there's tons of people playing tourneys. We have these heroes. Don't just let them sit idle, or even rent them to a friend if you don't want to play or something, bro. But let's fill these bad boys up. Let's make it worthwhile here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we have a lot more content by then, I think. We got a few more streamers coming into the ecosystem as well. I want to give a shout out to Kurt Hokage, baby. He's going to be live streaming here soon. So beautiful stuff. Also, quick DFK shout out in general. Worm shouted out in the chat. 1 million Serendale heroes as of during the AMA, I believe. Cookie got it. Mark Cookie, the legend, the summoner god himself. Did you see what class it was, T-Heat?
Yeah. They said it was a pure summoner.
Pure summoner. Summoner from Mark Cookie, the legend, bro. Absolutely insane. Mar Cookie, the summoner. I think one of his mains is Cookie Summoner. So, like, it's just so fitting. Insane stuff. 2 million heroes as well. We crossed that path as well. Just 2 million overall. But 1 million in Serendale. Insane stuff. Absolutely insane stuff.
Okay, real quick, because you're about to find. So, yeah, this graphic.
Oh, yes. Let's finish it up.
A minute and a half before we got to take this.
I'm still going to be talking tourneys, but yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying you got to pull that graphic off in a minute. So
I see what you're saying. I will.
Your daily tournaments, and if you win, or even maybe like top 2, top 3, again, it hasn't been exactly stated, but if you do well enough, put it that way, you will get tokens that get you into better tournaments, and these tokens will be tradable. They're so you can sell them to people if you want, that kind of thing. Now, on the opposite end, if you do poorly, you also get tokens where you can enter into other tournaments that are a consolation tournament. And this was some big alpha that was dropped today. Those will be soul bound or wallet bound, or can't be traded.
Non-tradable, baby.
Non-tradable. So you have to use them. I mean, I guess if the time slot doesn't work or whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, it only can be used by the people that actually play in those tournaments. And then in the consolation, it's kind of the same thing. If you win a consolation or you do well enough through these consolations, you can actually find your way into the final tournament. So they did kind of announce that there will be they alluded to the World Series of Poker, and at the World Series of Poker, they have the main event that's kind of the final event. And that's essentially what they are planning, is there's going to be a final tournament at the very end of the season that you get in from either doing well or now potentially doing poorly, then doing well. So fun.
Crazy stuff, bro. And as we said earlier, kind of progressively throughout this episode, those prizes are just going to keep ramping up each round you're able to surpass. And what I love the fact that you can make it from the consolation and still somehow end up in that, championship series. I don't know if you mentioned it as well, but the name of these consolation tournaments is going to be the Revenger series. Super cool stuff. Non-tradable, like T said. Soulbound tokens. Just insane stuff. Let's quickly, before we jump into this, we'll continue talking tournaments while I play Oh Cool. But look at these heroes, T. This is fucking insane. We have a common level 20 archer.
We still got that graphic up, by the way.
I just took it down. Good looks.
Okay.
We got the resurrection on the double for this common archer. 2 resurrections, second life, insanity. Second archer, mythic, level 20. Just solid stats and solid traits. Double stun on the final mythic archer. I'm in for a world of hurt. Let's see
Oh,
what we
boy.
got, though.
Why did I put my influence on you?
I don't know. I should have showed you that first, honestly.
That's all right, man. That's all right. It wasn't very much. That is what it is.
I love it. But yes, let's see what else before I get completely distracted. This is an Archer game, so it should go pretty fast, and I'm kind of just mindlessly blowing stuff off here, ability-wise, so it doesn't matter. Let's see what else we got.
Green Vizzy over here, especially with what's his name, Ronaldo, whatever.
Rolando mask,
Rolando,
baby. Let's go. I love the green frog mask.
Yeah, that looks dope. I should put that combo on for sure.
It's a nice combo for sure.
Oh, and we got the green hero with the Hercules suit. Okay.
Yeah, that's hard. That's a green skin.
dope.
Damn.
Yeah.
You put the boar heads on it, so you can't really see. I missed the stun. Damn it. Oh, Cool's got 3 straight turns. He could easily probably just take one of my dudes out. Let's see what happens. 2 resurrections still on the lineup, but I asked Bolon in the chat, you know, what are they if amongst these 3 things, team stat score, so your 3 heroes overall stat scores combined, stat score being all your stats added up, strength, agility, endurance, wisdom,
total points,
total stats, exactly. Will they divide it up between team? Will they divide up by an individual hero? So you can't, let's say what we talked about before, take a hero over 200 stat score. You know, it's 200 only, or 200 under, sorry. Or is it divided by levels? Or a combination of any of the others? And he said a combination of all of them. So all those might be at play, plus everything you talked about earlier, you know, Vizzies in all those presets.
Look, so man, this is interesting because I was thinking about this, and you know, I'm gonna say it on air, even though maybe it should be something that I hold back. But if you think about it, okay, if it's a stat score situation that is limiting you, and there's no limit on levels, but it's just stat score, commons are the best.
That's a good point. Why?
Because you can have a higher level with lower stats. And the higher level is important because you have more HP and mana at those higher levels.
Shit. That's a great point, bro. Especially if you could throw a little stone on it, you know?
Right. I would much rather. Well, the stone. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter really that much because it's limited by the number of stats you have. So actually having no or lesser stone is actually probably better because. Let's say that there's a mythic hero with a greater any stone. It doesn't matter, greater stone on it. You're gonna hit 200, maybe at 10, maybe. Let's say level 10, you might be at 200 total stats. I might be able to get that common to level 20 and have 200 total stats, right?
Right.
Like
and cheaper,
and
theoretically.
Cheaper.
You know, a lot of people consider those commons rugs, so you might be getting a nice trait for much cheaper as well.
Right. You could have you could have really great traits for cheaper. I mean, and higher level. It'll be interesting. I mean, it might not work out like that where a higher level common is actually better for some of these daily tournaments because again we haven't seen exactly what that combination is. But I was thinking about that earlier. If it is you know, one that's more based off of stat score and level really doesn't matter, that lower rarity is actually a little bit more advantageous because you'll be able to have the higher level and therefore higher HP, which is really the biggest thing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so
definitely, dude. That's a great bit of alpha T. Feeding the community here right before tournaments. Damn, bro. Beautiful stuff.
Up, folks.
Get your commons lined up. Hunt that market, bro. I'm sure Cookie has listed at least a few commons in the last little bit. But damn,
I just checked
bro.
back in here. You lost one.
I lost one.
But he's, I mean, you could strike back right now.
This is a big opportunity for me. He's got 2 exhausted. So I have a lot of turns ahead. But let's see what he runs with. Rapid shot. Hopefully no stases. It looks like we're good. This one has second life, so I'm debating how I should play this.
Right.
I got this dude coming up again. What I think I might gun for here, this might be OP, bro. Let's see if I can do it.
See if you start cooking.
I don't know if he can. I would risk it with rapid shot, but I need the points at this front liner here, unfortunately. So we're just gonna go with a multi-shot at the front. Hopefully we get some crits.
All right. Ooh,
220,
that's nice.
225. That's what I
We
needed.
take that.
Do we got a chance?
So this was mentioned too, not to jump around too much, but more alpha, and it kind of pertains to your fight that you got going on right here. So they specifically said that shot clock will be auto enforced, right?
Oh boy, right.
Right. So
They did mention that, and he also said the 2-minute thing. What was the 2-minute? I think I jotted it down here.
Yeah, I think your notes were that like there is a grace period. I think starting the hunts where it won't enforce, but then after that it will.
Yeah, so we have a 2-minute grace period at the beginning of the match start. I don't think it's like, I don't know if the match start is immediately at like, let's say 7 o'clock on the dot, or if, you know,
Right.
if it's until both players like hit enter the battle. I'm honestly unsure. I think it's by time, but no shot clock, and it's kind of opportunity to view the opponent's heroes there. So
Right, which
good
is
stuff.
important because you get a little chance to set a strategy.
Damn, we
Right.
just missed the kill, and then he full pots his hero. Unbelievable stuff. Looks like it's GG. I'm sorry to everyone who voted on me.
It's okay. We forgive you. I do, at least. I guess I can't speak for anyone else, but I voted for you. I forgive you.
Yes, and just makes another point to what you said. You know, it's brilliant that they're making use of all heroes, all classes, all levels. It's great for all game markets, and that's truly what we need. Like I said, to blossom this damn ecosystem. Tokenomics are brilliant, bro. All we need is players. All we need is that ecosystem to keep churning out, and this catalyst of big rewards could be just it, bros. Could be just it. I also want to stress something I saw within the ecosystem in regards to that. A lot of people think, you know, Patrols comes out, is it instantaneous increase of players? It's just not, unfortunately. You know, these things do take time. What Dreamer said earlier, it takes us posting these screenshots of rewards. It takes all that to kind of get eyes back on the project. There was somebody who on Twitter, on X, if you will, earlier was like, you guys are still around or something along those lines. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, bro. And we got all this amazing stuff. So more eyes, more posts, more W's. Post your W's, bro. If you get some Patrols loot, even if it's a smoke bomb, post that. People like to see that.
Right.
So good stuff.
Now, hey, taking it back to more of the alpha too, because automatic shot clock. The other thing that was really interesting that was mentioned around fights, because I was talking to Jerem about this too, not to jump around too much, but they got to keep these things pretty timely, right? Especially like the overarching, because if you're playing, let's say starting out, you're playing 16 teams are in the tournament. So that's 8 games. You have a round of 8, then you have a round of 4, 2, and then 1. Right. So 4 different rounds. And like I played a game with Jerm the other day. I played one with J-Dub. You know, they can sometimes take 30 plus minutes.
Right.
So one thing that they did say that was interesting, actually, that there was going to be the automatic damage that just hit you from the environment after a certain number of turns or certain length of time. It wasn't exactly, it devolved how it's going to work. But it was said that basically it's going to deal a % of damage to every hero that is on the board still.
Damn.
That it can't miss. Like,
Damn.
It's going to hit you. And so they said that it's going to be like a %, like 25 or 30, or I don't know. They didn't say the %, but they did say it was going to be %, which I actually already have issue with, because it should just be a flat rate. You're getting
kind of
punished
agree
for having the better hero. Like if I have a hero with more, or if I've survived longer, like why am I getting more damage done to me because I have more health at this point?
Damn, bro, I missed that tidbit. I did not realize they mentioned that specifically. So
right, and maybe they changed that, but they did specifically say, because I was like, my ears like really perked up. I was pretty locked in. I only watched it once, but I was locked in the whole time. I'll say that. And they specifically said, yeah, that it would be you can't dam it, or you can't block it, you can't, that it's going to hit, like that's the point of it. It's going to drain your HP, and then it's going to be a %, like Hubert specifically said, % of your HP remaining.
Oof.
and then it'll be the same percent for all heroes.
I don't know if I love that. I get what you're saying, bro, because
Just make it like 100 or 200, whatever the amount is. It should be the same amount. But like, if I have more HP, now I'm losing more of it because I had more of it, and it's like that I'm getting punished more because I was doing better in the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of get it, but I also do kind of see, because like the scales of the things, like some of these archers, bro. What is my lowest here? 800 versus, let's say, like a 1400. No, I mean, I get both sides, but let's just say a 1400 or even 1200 knight. I mean, 10% of that is 80 versus 120.
Right.
Versus, let's just say 80 flat. I don't know, three rounds go by, you're looking at 240 versus...
But if I'm playing a stall tactic, then like, why I should be rewarded because I've stalled, and at this point I'm winning. Like,
yeah. You're looking
you know
at,
what I mean?
after 3 turns, in that number, you're looking at 120 difference total.
Right.
For knight versus, let's say, archer. Knight at 1200 versus archer at 800. I mean, I think it's so hard to judge. I feel I kind of trust Hubert on his numbers, bro, that I feel like the balance would be okay. I don't know.
Sure,
and maybe that's just for now. Maybe even the numbers scale different based on class, you know? Maybe it's like that. I don't know.
True. I mean, true. We haven't seen it.
Who knows?
That's just my I'm nitpicking what I'm hearing around here, you know?
Yeah, and did you hear anything on when? Like how long has to pass? Is it a time?
No, they didn't really divulge that, but they did say that, like, if you're kind of, again, reading tea leaves, it sounds like they want these things to be like maybe your 15 or 20-minute fights, no longer.
That's good.
Right.
So tournament should go maybe an hour to 2 hours max.
Right. Like 2 hours.
Which is good. 2 hours at the absolute
If you're
max.
winning. If you're winning.
Right, if you're going full length. But the full length of the tournament, I mean, you could be out within 5 minutes, I'm sure, with some of these players. But
Right. Because it is one and done. So, yeah, I mean, it could be quick for you. But yeah, they didn't say when it'll kick in or exactly how it'll work. I imagine they will give more details before the start of tournaments on that. I mean, they did say they're going to give a lot more details on everything as, the ramp up comes. So maybe that comes, as part of the unveil at ETH Denver. Maybe there's a big, unveil that they have where they demo it out and they actually show it and they talk about it. We'll see. At some point, I'm sure they will explain it better than what it was today. But I hope they reconsider the percentage aspect of it. I feel like if my strategy is to stall and to have, bring tanks with me and a priest and try to ride out this fight, then like I should benefit from the fact that I'm doing just that. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And I do see the logic there. But again, I guess we'll just have to see partially. I guess we'll just have to see. Maybe you love it, If it wins you a fight or two, you might just love it, T.
Facts. Right. I mean, there's sometimes where like the strategy, if you compare it to Bakhans, there's sometimes if you get the demon, and it casts the dark destruction, that there's a bunch of damage that's about to come to everybody on the board. Like you can play that into your strategy some. So we'll see how it works whenever it's fully unveiled and how you can maybe, utilize that as part of your team comp and this or that to, maybe grind out some games with some lesser heroes, but maybe it's just the perfect strategy. So it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to kind of that aspect. And I am glad that they're putting something in place to speed fights up because that was a concern of mine. So I'm
psyched. I'm psyched. I love it. I love it both ways. I love the grace period. And I've said it before. I said it in general chat. I think I threw it in the Jewelers Discord. Maybe I might have some leniency with fellow jewelers. Nah, we're going all out. But I will be shot clocking, my friends. I will be shot clocking. Once you're in a tournament, bro, it's different. If it's in the game, if it's not, and I think you mentioned this earlier, if it's not automatic, and we don't even have an option to do it, I'm gonna be shot clocking. Let's get this show on the road, baby.
Right.
But
to play.
Yes, we came to play. As great as the heroes look, and they do look great, we came to play and not just look at them. So, damn, I love the structure. I love the alpha. It's not even everything we'll get. I'm hoping we get more next week, and I'm hoping it's just out maybe next week, right before ETH Denver. I know, T, you're expecting a little bit after, if not,
I would
during, a little bit after.
Right. I mean, I would expect exactly the same thing as a YGG, or again, maybe that's not the right event, but the same thing with patrols, where they probably have some level of demo presentation that they do, and they maybe have a booth set up where you can play it in some type of like controlled environment. Obviously you could already play PvP, but maybe you can actually play it with the full, effect of the damage and this or that. But yeah, I would say in a month, man. Just again, it's got to be very soon.
It's got to be close.
Everything that they're saying is just hinting to it being very, very soon, and it's perfect timing. It really feels like, this thing's like I think I said last week. They've been cranking on the content, especially this past year. I mean, and it was just a couple weeks ago, patrols were out, and now we're about to have 6 months of tournaments. So.
Bro, they've been pushing out, and they've been pushing out fast and at a high quality, bro, and I love to see it. I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, but shit, where'd it go? Oh yeah, the period in general, 6-month period. I had a question for you, T. So with these championship series, and maybe they announced it and I missed this, but they mentioned, a culmination championship tourney. We have our dailies. You advance, you win and you advance. You hopefully win and advance again, and you maybe win and advance one more tournament until you get to that, I think it's 4th and final championship series. How often within this 6-month period do you think a championship series will occur? 6 times? Is that fair to say? Less? More?
Well, no, I believe that there will be essentially one
over the 6-month period.
Over the 6-month period at the very end.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of again back to the analogy that Bolan made with the World Series of poker, not the World Series, the World Series of poker. Excuse me. Where they have these satellite tournaments that are different places, different casinos, Atlantic City. I mean, they might be out here in Tampa, Florida, Miami, wherever.
Somewhere warm.
Right, and maybe the buy-in's $1,000. Let's just say I haven't looked at this, so I'm not saying exact numbers, but it's maybe $1,000 for that satellite tournament. And then if you win, or maybe top 3 or some number, so let's say there's maybe 100 people that play into this satellite tournament. You could win a place into a bigger World Series event that is maybe like there's the main event, which would be the championship tournament, the biggest prize, and that's like a $10,000 buy-in. But if you win one of these satellites, you get in for free. So there'll be things like that. It'll be interesting to me to see, because I would assume even if you win a daily that gets you into, kind of the way they pitched it was like dailies lead to weeklies, weeklies lead to monthlies, and the monthlies lead to the one big end of season tournament. Somewhere in that nature, or somewhere in that ballpark is kind of what they hinted at. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see though, like the weekly. So they said you get the 5x, which we've already mentioned, return if you win the daily, and then they hinted at it'll be a larger prize for like the weekly or the monthly if you win there. But my question is, what's the buy-in for those? Because you're going to already need the token to get in. Does that token get you straight in, or do you have to put up another 100 jewel or whatever?
So you're talking second round and beyond, theoretically.
Right.
So
yes.
I thought about this, and we didn't have a ton of time before the show. So what better time to bring it up than the show itself? So what if you make it through the consolation and you're into, say, tier 2 or tier 3? What if you have to, because you don't have the token or something, you have to pay a buy-in, but the person who's on the winning streak, you know what I mean, has advanced fairly without consolation, gets 0 fee. What's your thoughts on that?
And that's what I was going to say, is that's how a lot of those like World Series poker tournaments do work, where like anyone can buy into that main event, which is the end of season biggest tournament, right? Like the tournament of tournaments. Anyone can buy into that for $10,000. you don't have to play in a qualifier or anything. You can just be like, I could just walk up to the casino, 10 grand, say I want to play, boom, I'm in.
Entry, instant.
Right. So are they going to allow that on these, or are they going to all be gated? From the sounds of things, at least the what did you call it?
Revenger series.
Yeah, Revenger series, exactly. Thank you. It sounds like those will be, since the entry will be the soulbound tokens. It sounds like those will probably be like no extra people, no buy-ins. But if you want to speculate, it does sound like, you know, you can maybe buy into these without those tokens, and those tokens just get you in for free. Maybe. That is how the World Series of Poker works.
I kind of like it, bro. The more and more we talk about it, the more and more we speculate. I'm liking what I'm hearing, bro, and I'm excited to play. I've been divvying up my heroes, you know, kind of categorizing them.
Hey, shout out real quick, Sir Worm just hit his first Octo Hood. Let's go.
Oh, let's go, Worm. An Octo Hood
We
to
love
Worm. And as you put up hearts there, I recalled tomorrow is Valentine's Day, baby.
It is.
Hey, let's
is.
go.
It is.
So show some love. Show some love around, you know. It's Friday tomorrow. What better day? Beautiful stuff. We're loving DFK right now, so spread that love, baby. Beautiful stuff. So let's carry on. I think we're going to be closing out here soon. I'm just completing some patrols in the background, looking for some juicy rewards. But final topics. Hey, and since Worm's in here, bro, can we give a shout out to his Eagles for shutting down the Chiefs? Finally,
they got it done.
The three-peat is over. What's good, Mario? Good to see you. The three-peat is over.
For the dream, the three-peat dream, right?
The three-peat dream.
And that did not happen.
It never happened. Eagles, I love the stat. Eagles are the team to stop the Patriots also. I think they split it. So it was a Patriots Super Bowl, Eagles Super Bowl, and a Patriots Super Bowl, which technically would have been an Eagles versus Patriots win. So it would have been a three-peat for the Patriots. So twice now, the Philadelphia Eagles have stopped the three-peat. How crazy, bro.
Love it. Big time.
Oh, my goodness. And, yeah, so... Anything else going on for you, T? Any strategies you dark summoning any currently? You kind of hold steady?
I've been really chill on some. I have not really summoned regular dark summons, anything for a while. A couple, like maybe one a week, maybe one every 2 weeks. Like very, very sporadic right now. So I'm really holding back. Just want to see what these, you know, what the tournament structure is, that kind of thing. The one thing that I've been really struggling with, though, is I have been getting my hunts in, as I said earlier, getting those raffles in, loving that. And I'm mostly doing that to try to get levels, man. I'm trying to get, I have certain teams, you know, that I'm trying to level up, and it's the best way to do it. But then I've been struggling where I'm like, okay, should I hold these at 15? No, I'm going to take them to the 20, whatever. So I need them to announce how it's going to work, so that way I can see that, and then I can be like, I need to hold these at 10. I need to hold these at 15.
Yes, bro. We need that ASAP so I can kind of like fully divide my team.
Right. Otherwise, I'm just like assuming everyone needs to be top level, and I'm just
Well, T, bro, with 40 presets, you're going to have a lot of different outcomes. You know what I mean? I'm kind of amongst the same realm with you where, or no, excuse me, opposite realms where I'm holding my heroes just at level, any level they're at, just in case I can't go backwards, T. I can always stand pop, but I cannot go backwards in levels. So that's scaring me, bro. What's good, Mario? He's a quick comment here also, before you give your thoughts on that if you wanted to. Mario just left the Brazilian Wayfinders Guild here event. So 30 people playing DFK in there. And, you know, that's just a random Thursday night. So beautiful stuff. Love to see it. Love to hear it, Mario. Thank you for that input. And, yeah, anything to add there, T, with my strategy? Not leveling currently. The Mosh strategy, if you will.
I know. Dude, right. I just struggle with it because for me, I'm playing the game to, like, level these heroes. But then... it makes sense not to hold them right now. It's time to just hold because, like you said, we can't undo it. And I'll tell you what, man, I had a couple like higher level heroes that I did this a level up on, like or higher rarity, like ones that I'm, you know, want to take to 20 no matter what. And I got like the 4, you know, level up +4, and I just was like, why didn't I wait till we can re-roll these levels immediately, because this 4 is not it.
Right on, dude.
You
It
know what I
makes
mean?
sense.
Some part of me is like, I should stop playing because at some point in the maybe near future we can re-roll these levels.
Mm-hmm.
But
Damn, bro.
you
There's
know what I
so
mean?
much to think about nowadays. So
No.
much to think about. TuneFed makes a joke, bro. If you're not the AT, if you're just doing it for XP, send him the honk, bro. Why don't you?
Okay, first off, dude, I'm sure you got plenty of honk, and also I'm trying to become Captain Goose now. Like I'm coming for that honk. So
It's
I
coming.
you can check my wallet. I mean, I'll even give you the address. I don't sell it. I'm holding honk. It's one of my only meme holds right now, and which is a totally different topic that we trade for. Not for today's show, but meme season has
No.
been upon us a little bit,
In
and then
AVAX especially, bro. Cat
right,
Wink. Another one
right,
might be coming. Keep your eyes open, bros. It's a strict gamble though. I will say, not financial,
100%,
but
100%.
memes are fun, but be careful.
Yeah, throw a 50
But
spot.
I love Honk, bro. I'm with you. I love Honk, and T Heat is gunning for that top 10 holder of Honk, bro, and he's not selling.
I'm not selling.
I love it.
I'm just gonna do it all from raffles. Keep the raffles going. Permanent honk raffles. Make it part of the game. Do it tune fed, and I will just keep accumulating top 10 off raffles alone. I did buy some though. One time I have bought before, but most of my holding is raffles at this point.
I love it, bro. I love it. Any final thoughts, T, that you want to portray for these people before we get up out of here?
No, man, it's been a great day. Thank God it's today. We say it, thank God it's Thursday. Thank God it's today, man. Wherever you're at, we love it. It's a great time. Again, lots of alpha getting dropped on us real quick. A lot of good development going on, game updates. There's a lot of stuff going on in DFK, a lot of stuff going on in AVAX, however you say it.
The
Doesn't matter.
Avalanche?
Avalanche. There we go.
Whatever, however you want to call it.
Yeah, there we go. That's smart. But yeah, there's a lot of good things going on right now, and a lot of things to be excited about. And there's also, man, we got peak basketball season. Not to jump around, but we did this stream a little bit early because my Thunder about to play tonight, and yeah, you Cavs are killing it. So we got a lot of fun stuff happening in the things I'm interested in. So
Yes, it's beautiful time right now, in the kingdoms, in the league. If you're a Cavs or a Thunder fan, also.
Right. Right.
But yes, I love the playoff season of nearly every sport, bro. Even NHL. I don't even watch much hockey, but once the playoffs come for that, I'm locked in,
fun.
bro.
Right.
The Champions League, bro. I love the high level competition at that. So, but tournaments are coming, bros. Even if you're not participating, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. Think rentals potentially down the road as well.
They kind of mentioned that.
Mm-hmm. Did they say anything in specific?
They specifically said something about maybe renting for patrols.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which eventually could lead. Patrols would probably be that intro to the tech. Then we could see it in tournaments potentially. So.
Right. So, hey, man, TuneFed out here, said he appreciates the stream, says good stuff to us. He says, jewelers stay hot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we do. We appreciate that.
T, you got your hearts. I need to do one where I could just lift my hand up and some fucking fire comes out my palm, bro. That would be sick.
The other one, yes, sir.
Oh, I love it, baby. Jewelers stay hot. DFK stay bullish, baby. Much love. Hey, King in here, Hope in here late as well. Love to see it. They're probably lurking and just giving their love here. So for T Heat, trade's gonna be back next week, most likely. Boys and girls should be the trio back. Jewelers stay hot, baby. 4T. My name's Mega. This is the Jewelers Gaming Guild. Stay bullish, friends. We'll see ya on the other side.
Peace.
Peace.